Now let's solve this question. The question is a study estimate that dark chocolate has a price elasticity of demand of minus 0.8 and that white chocolate has a price elasticity of demand minus 1.4. Explain how chocolate producers could change price to increase total revenue for each type of chocolate. So by changing the price, they have to increase the total revenue. Okay, with the help of price elasticity, we have to identify that. So basically, what is total revenue? It is price into total quantity sold, right? So total revenue depends on both price and quantity demanded. So how total revenue changes with the price depends on price elasticity of demand. So actually, what is price elasticity of demand? A change in price. How a change in price change the quantity, right? And we use it to we are calculating that like PED is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price, right? And the value we'll be taking the mode value, right? Like we'll remove all the minus sign from that. So here we have two values, that is minus 0.8 and minus 1.4. So first let's check for inelastic demand, how the price change will change the total revenue. So basically when a product's demand is inelastic, there won't be much change when the price is changing, right? So you can see the curve here. So this is the demand curve, and price is given in y-axis and quantity is given in x-axis. So P1 is the initial price. Okay, at P1 we have a demand of Q1. Okay, and then price has increased to P2. That's like a mostly recognizable change, right? But the quantity, there is not, we can't see much changes there. It's a very slight change. So the product is inelastic. So for example, let's take some values. Okay, initial, let's take the price was 10. At 10, they were we have 15. Okay, 15 unit were sold. And now the price is 20. And we can say 12 units are sold. So what is the total revenue there? So initially we have 150, right? And later, what is the total revenue? We have around 240, right? So the total revenue has increased. So price and the total revenue moves in the same direction. When the price increases, total revenue also increases. Okay, that is the case in inelastic demand. Got it? Now let's check elastic demand. Okay, so that is price elastic demand will be greater than 1, right? So let's check the graph. So as you can see here, our initial demand, initial price was P2 and the quantity was Q2. And then when the price is increased, it has decreased into Q1, right? So the change in price is very small here and the change in demand was quite large, right? So let's do it with an example. Okay, let's take the case of the initial price was around 5 rupees and the changed one will be like around 7. Okay. And if it is like a 20, it's like 10. Okay. So what will be the first tier total revenue? One will be first will be it will be like 100, right? And what about tier 2? That will be 7 into 10, that will be 70 only. So the total revenue has decreased, right? So the price and the total revenue move in opposite direction. When the price increases, total revenue will decrease. Got it? So this is how elastic demand works. So it's given that. Now let's check whatever have given here. So the dark chocolate, the price elasticity demand was minus 8, right? That is 8, right? So the demand is price inelastic, right? It is greater than, it's less than 1. So it is price inelastic. So the consumers are not very responsive to price change. So that the quantity wasn't changed much, but the price change was bigger, right? So definitely what will happen? There will be increase in total revenue. So increase price, small fall in quantity demanded, but overall total revenue will rise. That is the case we discussed here, right? As change in price, or there will be only a very less change in quantity demanded. Still, the total revenue will be increased. So you can use price increase in inelastic demand product, right? So since demand is inelastic, the percentage fall in quantity demanded is less than the percentage rise in price. So the revenue increases. Got it? And what is the case of white chocolate? Here we have minus 1.4, right? That means 1.4 is the price elasticity of demand, which is price elastic, right? So consumers are very responsive to price changes. So what is the strategy we have to use here? We have to decrease the price because as the price increases, total revenue is also decreasing, right? Here we can only reduce the price. So large increase in quantity demanded. So when the price is reduced by a little amount, the quantity will be very bigger here, right? So just take the initial one as P1 and then the new price is P2. When it is decreased, it is good, right? A lot of change will be there. So the revenue will also be increased. So overall total revenue will rise. Since the demand is elastic, the percentage increase in quantity demanded is greater than the percentage fall in price. So the revenue will increase, right? Is that clear? So for dark chocolate, increase the price to raise the revenue. Then for white chocolate, decrease the price to raise revenue. So this difference is due to how sensitive consumers are to the price changes, right? For each type of chocolate. So whenever the product is an inelastic product, if you wanted to increase the profit or total revenue, etc., you can change the price. You can increase the price. And if the product is an inelastic, elastic product, you can't change the price. You can't increase the price because whenever you increase it, your revenue and your profit will be lowering, right? So here you have to shift your strategy to lowering the price instead of increasing it. So whenever the price has lowered, quantity will be increasing much bigger, right? Much greater amount. So in the total, your earning will be still increasing. So that is how we have to uh, approach different method for in different method for different type of elastic goods. Okay.